Alright. We got news in 15, so we're here for that. Red folder. Let's just play a little bit of Final Fantasy Game of Thrones.
I didn't take this for a scholarly man. Oh, this? Wait, that is here. A culinary pilgrimage. I borrowed it from old clothes. Seems there's no creature in the realm so foul it can't be cooked delicious. I think I'll stick to the unfoul ones next. Where's your sense of adventure, Sid? Honestly, one glance at these recipes, and even you are trading your sword for a butcher's cleaver. From spit roast to sweets, this book has it all. What I wouldn't give for bringing these recipes to life. If it's my blessing you're hoping for, then by all means. The first time I came across it, death for me. But you made of sterling stuff. Would you help me resurrect one of these recipes?
Sure, why not?
Something tells me you won't be taking on over for an answer. Fine, I'll help. Fantastic! Thank you. So, I ask what's on the menu? Chance's stew. It was once a favourite among the Romans or OrderFlow, if the author is believed. Though Monica never heard of it. The only problem is that while the recipe is extremely detailed in most respects, it is inferior as to the main ingredient.
Did the first
Work of a simple cook with more broth, but unwanted violence. No idea what they might be.
The book say anything else?
Well, only that the sweetest violets sprout atop the bed of roses.
Roses. Rosaria, perhaps? One of the butchers in Martha's Rest might know something. I'll ask next time I'm there.
Okay, let's see. Switch back real quick.
That monster's taken quite a liking to Lady Karen.
What do you need? So, what'll it be?
Yo. The new Resident Evil comes out in like an hour and a half. Like, I bought it digitally, so it's already downloaded, but it has a countdown. That VR of 7 was the scariest thing I ever played in my life, so I'm into the whole survival horror thing.
Deadlands wouldn't be half as bad without all the bloody dust.
Yeah, Resident Evil 7 was pretty good because it was in like a bayou, so it was like Deliverance with zombies. But they maintained their personality because they drank the water that was infected over time, so it like made them remain as they are, but they just can't die. So the whole family's messed up and crazy, and they're like, "Boy, I know where you are. You're part of the family now." And he just follows you around the house with the hatchet, and you can just run away from him. You can't kill him. That was the scariest thing ever, man. Like, the weirdest sweats I got playing that in VR, because it's like there's no distance between you and what you're seeing.
Back again, Lord Rosfield. I'm touched that you should find me such good company.
It is not your company.
Yeah, I've heard nothing but good things of the new one too, because they do a survival horror versus they do half and half, and they give you
The Iron
like
Kingdom.
where you gotta item manage yourself with the girl, and then they make the guy Leon like all action, so you go in after she gets out of that room and you clear it out. Like you're slightly behind her, but you can clear it out easily, so it's like you can take your stress out on the zombies that made you run for your money with her, with him, kind of. So it's like the pacing is well balanced, they say.
As you know, the Iron Kingdom rules over the islands to the west of Storm. Or rather,
Yeah,
its
I
chief
got that
does.
because it has the
But this is not
costumes
the
or whatever.
pragmatic
I
approach
was
the
gonna get a
state religion
physical copy,
employed
but
by the
there's
Holy
no
Empire
benefit,
to
so I was like,
manipulate
why
the
not
masses.
just get the digital?
No, the Iron Kingdom is the literal embodiment
But I
of
heard,
the
like,
crystalline
you know, it's
orthodoxy.
probably like the best
And
of
so, if
all
one is to understand it,
of
one
all
must
of
start
Resident
there.
Evils up to now. They
As the name
basically
implies,
distilled the main
orthodoxy holds the
elements
mother
and
crystals
made the best
sacred,
one.
and they do not take kindly to heathens plundering the objects of their worship for the means to fill washtubs and light lamps with frivolous feats of magic. Indeed, the faithful consider ether a sinful thing.
We got
poison
news
no
in
less.
10, right? That's why I'm a
And
bit
to them,
early.
a dominant is an instrument of evil, albeit one they have proven only too happy to turn against their enemies. Some 80 years ago in Northern Storm, Drake's eye collapsed. Soon after, in pursuit of ether and with the blight
Nice.
at their backs, the Northern Territories descended upon the Grand Duchy of Rosaria. And when the Shields of the Flame marched north to meet them, the Iron Kingdom spied an opportunity. A few short days later, the Crusaders landed on the island of Mount Justanus, home of Drake's breath, and plucked it from the duchy's grasp. Rosaria tried to reclaim it, of course, but to no avail. I doubt more than a handful of duchy men have set foot on its shores in your lifetime. Nor are they like to again, under the Empire's stewardship, meaning the Iron Blood will keep their island, and with it, the foothold they need to march on mainland soil when next they spy an opportunity. The Mother Crystal is both the object of the Iron Blood's worship and their gateway to the continent, making Drustanus the holiest of holy grounds, from which the Orthodox Crusade shall one day sail forth to claim the remaining Mother Crystals, or die trying.
My father and my grandfather both traded blows with the Iron Blood for control of Drake's breath. Had things unfolded differently at Phoenix Gate, we would have sent our entire fleet against them.
But instead, they sent their fleet against Rosaria, sacked the capital, killed the men, and captured the women, including Jill. I'd say you'd be forgiven for wanting a little revenge, Clive.
My only aim is to destroy the Mother Crystal. But thank you all the same. Not much else to do here. Let's see if Jill's ready.
How did we never
There are
hear
new
about these
billets being
Guardians of the
posted
Flame?
every day.
Clive! Oh, am I glad to see you?
Is something wrong?
It's Blackthorn. He ain't himself. And if I'm honest, he ain't been for a while. Now, normally it only takes a couple of drinks to perk him back up, but not this time. Something's getting him down. And whatever it is, he ain't telling. It's like he's lost his spark, you know? He's barely got enough fire in his belly to get the ump about stuff. But I'm thinking he might if we both bent his ear, because he respects you, innit? So, what do you say?
Fine. If you think it will help.
I knew you'd understand.
But if he doesn't want to talk, we let him be. He'll open up when he's ready.
All right. Now, he'll only smell a rat if we both turn up at once. So, I'll go first, and you can meet us at the forge. Wait a bit, then head over when you're ready.
Okay.
could have sworn we had a few. That monster's taken quite a liking to Lady Karen.
First August, and now you. What you pair up to? What's it got to do with me?
August was worried that something had been weighing on your mind. I thought you might want to talk about it.
Did you now? I told you not to stick your nose in my business. What'd you go and do?
Clive just wants to help, innit? What's so bad about that? Talk to him. You never know, you might feel better for getting it all out in the open. Please, mate. I'm worried about you.
Phil, shut you up. It's nothing really. Stupid. Not the sort of thing you bother people about.
Why don't you tell us all the same?
Karen and I have an arrangement. I keep an eye on Goots, and she shows me what the competition's up to. Interesting arms and armor, things like that. Anyway, the other day, she shows me a cuirass she's come by. Masterpiece of level work. Light, supple, and tougher than it had any right to be. Made my stuff look like every clumsy shit. I should have brought the bastard thing there and then just to study it, but I was too proud. Now, every time I reach for my hammer, I'm reminded that I'm not the craftsman I thought I was. There. You happy? You got what you came for? Now piss off.
All right, we're going. I always thought of old Blackthorn as a bit of a force of nature. Like a storm cloud full of hail. Didn't think anything could rattle him. Least of all a stupid piece of leather.
Blackthorn's always taken pride in his craft. Questioning it means questioning himself. Something tells me this is only going to get worse. If he has doubts, it will affect his work, which will only add to his problems. We need to nip this in the bud.
I couldn't agree more.
He said he should have bought that cuirass. Perhaps we should track it down for him. Assuming you're happy to help, that is.
Too bloody right I am.
Glad to hear it. First things first, then. We need to speak to Karen. Karen, do you have a moment? Blackthorn mentioned that you'd recently come by a leather cuirass. An exquisite example of the craft, from what he told us.
And he ain't been himself since he saw it. So we thought we'd buy it for him.
Sorry, sold it already. Didn't think Blackthorn cared for it the way he turned his nose up. But it was nicely put together, that's for certain. Even if the bloke who made it is a bit of an odd one. Happened across him on my travels. Makes all his stuff to order, but the fella who commissioned it refused to pay. He didn't like the colour of summit. So I took it off his hands for a fair price.
You don't know where we might find him, do you?
Like I said, he's a bit of an odd one. Doesn't even have a workshop. He don't trust hunters neither, which means he spends as much time out tracking beasties as he does working their hides.
I see.
He did tell me something, though. Apparently, his next commission's for a set of griffin hide greaves.
Here, there's a griffin on the hunt board. The curse breakers were placing bets on who'd bag it. Now, where the bleeding hell was excited? Somewhere in Sambrec, maybe? Cairnorthern, that was it.
Thank you, Karen. We'd be lost without you.
Rough
At
P.
least you admit it.
So, it sounds like going after that griffin might be the best chance we have of finding our
What's a
roving
rough
leather
P?
worker.
Where it comes out
I'll leave the
aggressive?
hunting to you if you don't mind. While you get on with that, I'll ask around the markets. See if I can't sniff out who he is and where he's hiding.
Good idea. Hopefully one of us will be able to track him down.
hear about these Guardians of the Flame?
What's the matter, Nectar? The hunt board? It's where the curse breakers post sightings of particularly fearsome beasts. Those that might pose a threat to our operations if they were left to roam free. Just because they can't be dealt with when they're spotted, doesn't mean they can't be dealt with later. Was that what you wanted to know? Right. Well, leaving your mightiness aside for the moment, the people of Valisthea are going through a lot already. What with the Blight and the war. The last thing they need is ungodly fiends terrorizing them on top of everything else. So if the curse breakers are too busy to help, then perhaps I can. Or at least I can try.
Typical nobles.
It will be over soon.
You ready?
I think so.
Jill. When you told me you had to come to terms with your past, you weren't talking about destroying Drake's breath, were you?
No. I spoke of Imran, the leader of the Crystalline Orthodox. The man who made me do all those unspeakable things. I'm going to kill him. It's what I need to do to put the past behind me. What I need to move forward. And I know that I can do it. If you're there beside me.
Always.
And I'll be beside you, too. We'll bring down the Mother Crystal together.
Oh, that's
While
cool.
Sid looks on.
We'll make him proud.
Good day to you. Sid.
Yeah, there was a lot of content of value there. But, oh well.
Typical nobles.
You're quite talented with that rod of yours.
I've caught my share with it.
Crystals
as
we
did
get
my
from the tailor are
grandfather
but
before me.
worthless.
It's not just the crystals. Bearers have it from their magics as well.
Word is, the Black Shields took a hiding.
This isn't gonna be easy. Rest well. I know I will.
Makes sense. I mean, we got some resting orders at 69.80 and 69.90. The 69.80's been there since open. 69.90 been there since yesterday. Yeah, that seems to hold water for now. Whoa, what's this cave? That's the place I think I need to go. Oh no, I can't get in. It's water.
don't you use a crystal instead?
I'll be fine. Besides, the village can't be using its last few crystals to do its dirty laundry, can it?
Boom, boom, boom. Yeah, I can't play for another hour, so I'll probably stream for a bit, only a bit after open, and then yeah, I'm playing Final Fantasy 16, but Resident Evil doesn't release till an hour after open, like midnight my time. Ah, it's playing in the bottom. I could do full screen too, like this. Or half screen, yeah. Book map. Yeah, it's like, yeah, it's like Game of Thrones. I dig the story so far. I'm impressed with the whole idea of how they incorporated the summons as like these things that possess the people. And they call them dominants and stuff. .16's like, it's less, it's, as you can see, it's more like a action RPG. It's not really like, what do you call it, like turn-based, but it's similar to how like Final Fantasy VII Remake plays, but Remake has more team elements. This is more like centered around this guy, and you have like sub-characters like the dog that just kind of do stuff. But it runs more like, what do you call it? It runs very smooth, like all your moves transition seamless in these combos. Yeah, it's pretty beautiful. Yeah. Could be better, but it's not bad. The entire world's pretty. Yeah, I saw that on the cover. I was like, what's... It looks like kind of modern, but... I definitely want to circle back and play... There's definitely, like, there's a timeline I'm trying to do, so I just happened to play Final Fantasy. I was going through all the old RPGs first, and then that made me want to play the remake. So there's this narrative I'm playing out in my head of order of this. And then I saw, when I got the PS5 Pro, they had Alone in the Dark, which was the first PC game I ever played, and it was the thing that inspired Resident Evil. So I played that first, and in getting prepped for Resident Evil. That was actually a pretty good story. They had Nyarlathotep, and you go to like this pyramid in another dimension and stuff.
More than he can chew.
Fallout. Oh, that's cool. Yeah, Fallout, the original one, I played that. Ooh. I loved the original. The storyline was awesome. Fighting a griffin. Staggered him. Here we go. That was like your limit break or whatever. I need to heal up. Ow. Stagger him again, he's gonna die. Uh-oh. He's dead. Okay, now we can go collect that bounty. Oh, that makes me want to get Hogwarts Legacy now.
Is something there, boy?
Griffin.
Could that be our man? Are you all right?
Dare say I'll survive. That griffin caught me before I could get an arrow off. Must have lost sight of me in the grass, though. I'd be dead if it hadn't.
More likely than not.
He was hiding from the griffin.
The name's Camille. I'm a lowly leather worker, if you couldn't tell by the smell of me.
Not so lowly from what I hear. Do you remember selling to a merchant by the name of Karen?
She's not an easy
It's a
woman to
Karen.
find. Bought a cuirass from me after I lost my buyer.
The first Karen.
Quite taken with my work, as far as I recall. Didn't stop her bartering me down to a pittance, though. She send you for a refund?
It's not her who sent me.
Oh man, that was funny how he, like, Trump in the State of the Union talked about, like, Pirates of Somalia, and then the cameraman moves over to Ilmar. like
It's a rare thing indeed for one to praise a glorified
to
tanner.
get a reaction.
And I don't imagine an impressive swordsman like yourself would be getting your steel from any but the best. I'd dearly love to help a fellow craftsman, but... Well, actually, I suppose you could give him this.
What is it?
Treated leather. Same stuff I used to make that cuirass. If your man's as skilled as he sounds, he'll know what he's looking at.
You sure?
Well, you did save my life. And thanks to you, I'll be going home with all the griffin hide I can carry.
I like how all the modern games
I'd say
have
it's the least I can do.
multi-language, so if I like change
Short
my
of
system
showing you how to
settings
make
to
the thing
Japanese, it'll
myself,
change
that is.
everyone's
But
language to
there are rules
Japanese.
against it.
Like
Secrets
you
of the
don't
trade
need to
and
worry
whatnot.
about region anymore. It
case,
just has it
I'll see
all
that he gets
embedded.
it.
I'd be much obliged if you would. Right. I've got some griefs to make. You send your blacksmith my regards.
Will do. And thank you. Hopefully this will sweeten Blackthorn's mood.
Yeah, it's helpful because I don't have to import any of the games for English. I just buy it here. Alright, we're gonna go back to the town and save it because we're approaching the open. Let's see. We got the leather, so we can go give him the leather and then save it. The battles in this between the summons are awesome. Imagine like Godzilla battles where you control Godzilla and stuff.
Clive might even...
But it's like Ifrit
How'd it go,
versus
Clive?
Bahamut, or like
Find him, or does the hunt continue?
Garuda, like
I found
this
him.
harpy versus like Shiva and stuff.
He asked me to give you this, along with his regards.
You're joking.
He said he wouldn't teach you how to work it, but that if you were as skilled as you sounded, you'd have no trouble understanding how it was done.
So that's his secret. Crafty bastard. He's layered and cross-grained it. Good few times, too. No wonder it's tough. And that's no ordinary oil he's used to get that finish. Oh, this is fine work. Even finer than I thought.
Yeah? I'll take your word for it. Just looks like leather to me. Still, I'm glad you're happy. Here, Clive. You didn't happen to catch the fella's name, did you?
Camille, I believe.
I thought as much. There ain't many leather workers in the realm daft enough to do their own hunting, see? And his name kept cropping up when I was asking around. Turns out he's from Tabor. And again, most leather workers are. But our friend Camille guards a long-held family secret, the details of which are the subject of some debate in the leather-working community.
Then we better keep this close to our chests.
Listen, sorry for putting the both of you to all that trouble. Should have kept my moaning to myself. Still, I'm glad you found him. This has cheered me right up.
That was the idea. Clive's idea, anyway. He did most of the work.
It's good to have you back, Blackthorn.
Just don't expect me to go turning out work like this. There's a reason he does his own hunting. He knows exactly what hides to look for. And that's how he gets them to layer up so nicely. And don't get me started on how much oiling this leather would need. But I reckon I can make something about as good. Something a curse breaker will have no trouble caring for. Anyway, enough narrowing. I've got work to be getting on with.
Getting on with it.
Looks like we won't be needing a new blacksmith.
As if there was a better one out there. I wouldn't have been the same anyway. No one spins a yarn like old Blackthorn in his cups. Right, now that's sorted. I've got duties to attend to. Thanks, Clive. You've given me my mate back.
Nice, leveled up. Alright. Ooh. Okay. Drake Slayer. Alright. So we can deal with that next time. Save. Overwrite. See, like, if I go to the main menu here, you see it's like 48 minutes until Resident Evil Requiem comes out. Ooh. Okay. Shh. Okay. What are we doing? Getting this ready for the open. For the Empire. My life for hire. So there was a node up here we rejected off of, and then going back down, possibly to touch this volume point of control down here. Who knows? Retest the lows. Do we have any spoofers is the question. So far, no. There's a big resting order on NQ at 25,550. Other than that, that's been there since open. Yes. ES has that 6980 and 6990. Mainly 6980. We're just going to leave ES up because it's more to telegraph the divergence. So let's see what everyone's up to. StarCraft, yeah, that was little nostalgia from StarCraft. My life for hire. In the pipe, 5x5. Zug dog. You need more Vespine gas. They remove everything. Sometimes I would have stuff where they wouldn't remember what I put. I started putting things in groups. It was when I had too many different coins I was tracking, like when I was doing crypto, and then it wouldn't save my work when I go back to that coin or whatever. But then I realized they have like a cache limit, so I was doing too many lines on too many different charts, and it was like not keeping track. Now I put everything in folders. There's like, you can create an object, you know, those object tree and data window. You can kind of like, oh, you'll remove your scripts. What? For real? What do you mean they'll remove them? Why? Is this recent? Because I never had that problem. Me? You talking to me? Yeah, a long time ago, like 2 years ago. Who's the hat guy? He wears a hat or something? It's... What? That's weird. Well, I know they nickel and dime from like a few years back. I was like, they used to have ticks as part of the premium. And then they made another tier past premium. And I was like, wait, what? The enshittification of everything. The ultra premium. No, and you can't see like level 2, like open interest is not a thing either. $10. Data bento. That's funny. Oh, we got caveman. Yo, yo, yo. Line is vertical. Oh, snap, you're right. Hello, mate. You were the chosen one. Oh no. Yeah, being under the weather is no fun. 2 minutes. Rock the Casbah. It's a Trader Joe's bag. Okay. Almost showtime. What's up, woke? And here we go. $150 seller at 324. See it. Got a 380, no, 360 buyer at 248 that just entered the party. Just had another 100 buyer ad at 260. Oops. Nice. I'm in the long too. I saw the acceptance of a buyer, took it. Stop at break even. I'm not risking it. I'm out. Oh well. Damn. Glad I put it at break even. The 300 lot buyer is at 248 needs to get accepted for it to be a true loan. That's what, yeah, the 248 level needs to maintain. Yeah, it's doing like a descending channel pattern, like grind down. Okay, coming above some sellers that got hit, so I took a slight long, just peeled one off, stop at break even. Just let the ATM do its thing. Runner doing its thing, but it's kind of wick-wacky. Don't trust it till it goes a little bit more. It's gonna come back and hit my trailing. Wait, I'm not. And swept. Still $500 ain't bad. I think I'm done with the Apex for those. I'm not gonna try to fuck with that anymore. Let's see if we can do some top step. This is also like a volume point of control from January and a deviation level. Another seller hit for 100 at 220. Yeah, ES has a lot of resting orders down at the 69.30 and 69.25 region. Looks like it's like maintaining to telegraph a bottom, but then it's going to go sweep that. And NQ is already sweeping the lows in response to that. Looks like this little thing. I'll just put the whale on my screen. Looks like it's just getting the guppies in so it can do sweep. Just hit a 200, not 190 and 74 lot seller at 200. So far, negative 3K in sell side aggression. Should I stay or should I go? There was a 167 buyer at 200 on the initial push up after that 250 seller. 124 buyer just got hit at 240. Another 85, 167 they added at 231. Could get a little bit of buyer exhaustion if it doesn't get acceptance here at 231. No. Another 100 buyer at 231. Another 127 buyer at 205. Oh, have a good one, man. I took that buyer exhaustion and yeah, that was it for me. I got the, what do you call it? The top step topped off. Yeah, I was seeing those like heavy buyers and I was like, okay, they added and there's no follow through, so I'm shorting this. Yeah. And then that 134 that added at 205 let me stay in till the sweep down. All right, I'm done. And in 1 minute, Resident Evil comes out. Also, that whale I would have on my screen showing that ES wants to sweep. So I was like not looking for longs until that was sweeping. And it looks like it's about to tag that 6930 whale on my screen. Get out of here, whale. You got some resting orders there. The top step top off. Japan has a car brand called Topo, and then one of their car names is BJ. And it's a Topo BJ. I was like, what? Oh, you're getting a bunch of buyers here, 161 and 359. What the heck? Somebody's like really aggressively buying a lot here. And it's getting rejected, so they're going to take them for a ride, it looks like. Topo BJ. Bam. I only wish I still was in the short. Then I'm going to play Resident Evil. I need the whole experience though, so I'm gonna have to end the stream early to do it. Damn. Nice push down. And ES swept those resting orders that I was talking about. You still got a couple more at 25. It looks like it's about to hit it. You got a couple more at 20. Damn, it's a complete sell-off. Well. We'll see how it fares tomorrow. All right, guys, if you're up, you should stay up and call it. Don't try to catch anything after the fact. So I will catch you guys tomorrow. So see ya. Trade safe.